Since 2005, I've been very excited to see Comprehensive Safety Analysis 2010, hereafter referred to as CSA 2010, developing, acquiring momentum, and impressively achieving each new milestone. Most of all, I'm pleased to see that the promise of CSA 2010, which is to improve our commercial vehicle enforcement efficiencies and protect lives, is beginning to be fulfilled. We have now passed the 6-month mark of the program's operational model test, which has been taking place in the states of Colorado, Georgia, Missouri, and New Jersey. I want to thank those states, our service centers, and division offices for their participation. Before I report on the progress to date and discuss the next steps of the program, allow me to quickly review the dynamics that required all of us to think anew how we design and conduct commercial vehicle enforcement efforts. We know that our proactive approach with motor carriers and drivers has had a positive impact on safety performance and saved lives. We also know that a compliance review is an effective tool geared toward achieving safety improvements in carrier and driver behavior. As experienced safety professionals, you know a carrier cannot receive a safety rating without having gone through a compliance review. Unfortunately, there are hundreds of thousands of unrated carriers stacked against a relatively small number of federal and state investigators. Compliance reviews are effective, but labor-intensive. While we do our best to visit as many carriers as we possibly can, under the present compliance review regime, we are only able to reach fewer than 2% of the total motor carrier population each year. CSA 2010 was conceived as building upon the successes of compliance reviews while also adding associated enforcement programs. Now, there will always be instances that can only be addressed through an on-site, top-to-bottom, traditional compliance review. But is that always necessary in each and every instance? Is it possible to conduct a targeted intervention that focuses on clearly defined safety performance problem areas for individual carriers on a case-by-case basis? Is there an alternative to going on-site at a carrier's place of business to acquire needed safety compliance data? In the CSA 2010 model, the answer is absolutely yes. There are a number of remedies we can adopt to achieve improved carrier safety. CSA 2010 is not only more robust than our current SafeStat AB high-risk carrier list, it is a more effective enforcement model. It assigns greater weight to data collected during roadside safety inspections. It allows motor carriers to be rated if enough data is available based upon solely their roadside performance. The issuance of a rating will not necessarily depend on the completion of a compliance review. Federal and state personnel that have been participating in the operational model test have told us how they appreciate the availability of new and more informative measurement systems for motor carriers. Motor carriers who have received a warning letter detailing the government's safety concerns about their operations have also written to us expressing how they appreciate being made aware of previously undetected safety deficiencies and how they plan to rectify those problems. CSA 2010 has improved efficiencies, increased productivity, and has helped carriers and drivers better understand and implement safety performance improvement practices and behaviors. So what's next? What's on the horizon? Recently, we began the next phase of CSA 2010's operational model test. This phase will also include increased focus on drivers. Now, during the carrier review process, we will be identifying problem drivers for possible interventions. Phase 2 will incorporate all 7 measures of safety performance we call Behavioral Analysis Safety Improvement Categories, or BASICs for short. We'll be doing this as a part of our investigations. Let me just tell you what the 7 BASICs are: unsafe driving, fatigue driving, driver fitness, drugs and alcohol, vehicle maintenance, cargo securement, and crash experience. The ultimate goal is to understand the root causes of a motor carrier's safety deficiencies and to employ that knowledge toward implementing safety improvement procedures and practices. Lastly, in the months ahead, we will be developing a protocol for determining crash accountability for fatal and non-fatal commercial vehicle crashes. CSA 2010 is our window into the future of commercial vehicle safety enforcement. I've been very fortunate to have a front row seat. I've also been tremendously impressed with what I have seen and the promise it holds for reducing crashes and saving lives. We owe a great debt to the men and women who have invested so much into the CSA 2010 initiative. And now I urge you to invest in the CSA 2010 initiative. Study the website. Ask questions online. Discuss it with your peers. Most importantly, keep an open mind and stay informed. I'm confident you will see the tremendous efficiencies and life-saving value of CSA 2010. Thank you.